We stopped at an end cap. Gleason peeked around the corner for any signs of hostiles. So, Marco committed suicide instead? Hedge asked. What a moron! Why he's working for an emperor again if that guy wanted him killed? I wiped the sweat from my eyes. Honestly, why did mortal bodies have so much sweat? I imagine the emperor brought him back to life, gave him a second chance. Romans have strange ideas about loyalty. Hedge grunted. Speaking of which, where's Grover? Halfway back at the cistern if he's smart. Hedge frowned. Nah, can't believe he'd do that. Well, he pointed ahead where the sliding glass doors led into the parking lot. The coach's yellow Pinto was parked tantalizingly close, which is the first time yellow, Pinto, and tantalizingly have ever been used together in a sentence. You ready? We charged for the doors. The doors did not cooperate. I slammed into one and bounced right off. Gleason hammered at the glass with his croquet mallet, then tried a few Chuck Norris kicks, but even his great iron goat waxed hooves didn't even leave a scratch. Behind us, Marco said, Oh dear. I turned, trying to suppress a whimper. The manager stood 20 feet away, under a whitewater raft that was suspended from the ceiling, with a sign across its prow, Boatloads of Savings. I was beginning to appreciate why the Emperor had ordered Marco arrested and executed. For such a big man, he was much too good at sneaking up on people. Those glass doors are bomb-proof, Marco said. We have some for sale this week in our Fallout Shelter Improvement Department, but I suppose that wouldn't do you any good. From various aisles, more yellow-vested employees converged. A dozen identical automatons, some covered in bubble wrap, as if they'd just broken out of storage. They formed a rough semicircle behind Marco. I drew my bow. I fired a shot at Marco, but my hands shook so badly, the arrow missed, embedding itself in an automaton's bubble-wrapped forehead with a crisp pop. The robot barely seemed to notice. Marco grimaced. You really are quite mortal, aren't you? I guess it's true what people say. Never meet your gods. They'll only disappoint you. I just hope there's enough of you left for the Emperor's magical friend to work with. Enough of me? I stammered. Magical friend? I waited for Coach Gleason to do something clever and heroic. Surely he had a portable bazooka in a pocket of his gym shorts. Or perhaps his coach's whistle was magic. But Hedge looked as cornered and desperate as I felt, which wasn't fair. Cornered and desperate was my job. Marco cracked his knuckles. It's a shame, really. I'm much more loyal than she is. But I shouldn't complain. Once I bring you to the Emperor, I'll be rewarded. My automatons will be given a second chance as the Emperor's personal guard. After that, what do I care? The sorceress can take you into the maze and do her magic. Her magic? Hedge lifted his croquet mallet. I'll take out as many as I can, he muttered to me. You find another exit. I appreciated the sentiment. Unfortunately, I didn't think the satyr would be able to buy me much of a head start. Also, I didn't like the idea of returning that kind of sleep-deprived Cloud Melly and informing her that her husband had been killed by a squad of bubble-wrapped robots. Oh, my mortal sympathies really were getting the best of me. Who's the sorceress? I demanded. Wait, what does she intend to do with me? Marco's smile was cold and insincere. I had used that smile myself many times in the old days, whenever some Greek town prayed to me to save them from a plague, and I had to break the news. Gee, I'm sorry, but I caused that plague because I don't like you. Have a nice day.